All right, what's up, family? What's going on? It's your boy Hood, man. I'm just hitting y'all up. I wanted to see what y'all felt about and what y'all think about the John Morant situation, man. I wanted to talk about that because I think it's kind of hypocritical. You got people in a dominant society that are serious about guns. A lot of people, millions of people. It's like our Second Amendment right. And then you turn around and all these people are throwing bricks at this young guy for having a gun and all this stuff about, oh, he has a contract with this company or he has a contract with that company. And it's like, so because he has a contract with white companies, that means he's not a fucking American or he doesn't have an American right to stuff like that. He's still a person. He's still somebody. He should be able to do what he want to do. If he want to have a gun while he around his homies and they sitting back chilling, talking shit, what's wrong with that? Duck Dynasty, those people made millions of dollars from shooting ducks and having guns. So why is every time a black person do something, it's throw the bag at them and throw the bricks at them? It's stupid. It makes no sense. That person get a chance to do exactly what everybody else did in the world, whatever that is, whatever he chooses it to be. But the people who are throwing him under the bus trying to say he's a piece of shit because all he did is have a gun at his around him or in his hand, like big deal. And they saying, oh well, you go rule these contracts. You go mess up with all these white people who gave you deals. And it's like, but he's still a person. And if those companies got some issue with him and don't want to continue having connections with him, that's their right. I mean, they literally have the right to do that. But I don't think it's cool to act like that guy's not a person or he don't deserve to have anything that he want to do in his life. So the NBA suspended him for having a gun and flashing it on social media. And I think that that's stupid because everybody want to throw somebody black under the bus for something. And it's really simple. But I think that his problem is, and most people's problem is, he came out with too many apologies. You know, everybody is on this earth together, regardless if we think that somebody else is on this earth and they doing better than you or their life is much more happy or fun than yours, then that's kind of like a subjective thought. You could look at anybody and say, man, that lady or that guy is doing better than me. You could look at a homeless person and say, that person is doing better than me. He has or she has less responsibilities. They don't have to answer to nobody. All these are subjective thoughts. So to think that John Morant is doing better than somebody or he's living a better life than another person, he's not. He's a human on earth. He has to put on his shoes and pants and 1 foot at a time, 1 leg at a time, and nothing has changed about him and being another person or another person just because he got millions of dollars. He's still a person. He's still a guy. He's still whether people like him or not. And flashing a gun doesn't make you a criminal. Having a gun doesn't make you a criminal. Owning a gun doesn't make you a criminal. Shooting a person does. Robbing somebody with a gun does. But just actually brandishing it, holding it out onto a camera, doesn't make you a criminal. And I don't even think that deteriorates his brand because it's an American right. It's an American way. So getting a brand deal with some company means that you're not an American or you violating what it's like to be a person. No, it's not. He's a guy on this motherfucking planet and he get to do what he want to do. I don't give a shit how old he is. What that mean? At the end of the day, he grown. 21, 24, that man grown. And if in his life he likes to hold a gun or have a gun, I don't think that takes nothing from nobody. I don't think that pulls someone else down. But I think that this whole narrative that black guys got to follow some kind of ruling when they get deals and when they get contracts, you know, his brand is also making a deal with those companies. So his brand being him a guy and working for the NBA, he also has his own representation. It's not one directional where they're only representing him and he's not representing himself. I think that he should be able to use his guns the way he wants to. He should be able to go to the shooting range. He should be able to go hunting. He should be able to fucking shoot the gun up on New Year's Eve or 4th of July. Like all these things is the American way. And because somebody got a contract or a deal with somebody doesn't negate that, doesn't take away the fact that this guy should be free like everybody else. And then what's the freedom? You 24 years old. You only got one time to be 24 years old. If you worth $200 million, then that's good. A lot of people in the world probably have never experienced nothing like that. But that don't make you different from nobody else. You just found a way that your talent has allowed you to make money. I don't feel this whole thought pattern that makes you more responsible than another 24-year-old. It don't. People are responsible for their own kids. You're not a role model. You're not somebody to look up to. If they choose to do that, that's fine. But you're a human. You have flaws. You have things that might not be perfect to someone else. However, what's perfect is God. What's perfect is your parents. What's perfect is your grandparents. What's perfect is the earth. What's perfect is the sky. What's perfect is the sun. It's the fucking water. It's things that you can look at and find perfection in versus looking at a person, a guy or a girl, and then finding out their flaws or finding out flaws about them, and then all of a sudden you're throwing bricks at them. That's hypocritical reality. So all these fakes and goofies and lames that's out here disrespecting that kid and throwing him under the bus, you're just a white person ass kisser, and it's okay. It's a free country. You get to do that. Just like he get to have a gun, you get to kiss ass. You get to make people who are not you feel good. You get to say words that make them feel comfortable, but you don't get to change another person's trajectory in life, what they like to do, who they've become, what their interests are, what the hell they like to get going. Like, for instance, my boy Shannon Sharp, name my boy, I'm just saying, the guy Shannon Sharp, he likes to wear a man purse. I don't even know if John Morant do. But does that mean that he gay, or does that mean he shouldn't have a girlfriend, or does it mean he's trying to compete with women? All these are somebody's thoughts. If you want to have those thoughts, it's your business. But that don't mean he's gonna stop wearing fucking man purses or getting purses and walking around with pouches and shit. That's what he's into. So for him to even throw the rock at John Morant for having a gun, what the fuck's the difference? You like what the hell you into? He like guns, you like purses. How is this different? It's still a fucking item. It's still a fucking piece of material. Like, what the fuck does that matter of what it is? Might be a danger involved with having a gun. Yeah, if you're doing some dangerous shit in it, with it, it might be a danger of having a purse. Yeah, if you're around somebody who like to snatch fucking purses, steal purses. So what's the difference? All this stuff is just, I think that it has to be logical conversations had and not just so much emotionality thrown out there to try to make somebody feel, oh, look, we said something. I know these guys got jobs. I know these guys got careers that they're trying to keep as far as being commentators and people that talk about stuff that's going on in the world. But don't be thinking that just because you got this job or you chose these careers that you actually have valid conversations or your point should be taken in a worldwide manner. It shouldn't. It's just your opinion, just like mine right now. I'm spitting my opinion. I'm spewing my thoughts about his situation. That kid don't know me. He don't have to watch my video to get knowledge about who he is and what he want to be. So that's the same thing I'm saying about those guys. Who give a damn about your opinion? You can live and do things the way you choose to do. John Morant and the rest of the world, we gonna do what the fuck we want to do. And if a gun while having a $200 million contract is something that you choose to do, then you choose to do that. And if the motherfucking people with the contracts don't like what you got going, goodbye, bitch. Look at Kanye West. He dissed them people. He didn't diss them. He said he was mad about how things was going with his contracts and shit. He spoke about stuff. And that was supposed to be so bogus to everybody in the world. And there was just no way that he could come back to those contracts. But ultimately, he became a more free man. He became a more free thinking man. He became a more man that he could say things that matter to him. And that's all that's important. You can't make everybody happy. You can't make everybody feel good. You can't make everybody think that you perfect. But you can live your life. And that's what's important. That's all I got, man. I ain't gonna keep y'all no further than those dope words. This your boy Hood. Let me hit this little button real quick. And I'm signing off on this thing. Like and subscribe, share this thing. And this your boy Hood. I appreciate y'all watching. Let me know in the comment section what y'all think.